Now, the idea with the mobile app is we wanted to give you all the details on the go, so that way you're confident when making when you're discussing with homeowners or negotiating. But there may come a point where an offer is going to be needed to be made, correct? And so we give you the ability to run comps on the spot. Now, when you're in the comps section, you can hit the black bar at the top, and we're going to show you the comps map. So this is all the comps on the map. On the map, you can change from parcel to satellite view if you'd like. But let's kind of go over the comp. I'm going to go ahead and collapse the map for now. But here in the comps area, we're going to give you three options. Comps, neighbors, so maybe you're interested in seeing the neighbors on the map, and cash buyers. Maybe you're at that point of the process that you need a buyer in the area now. But let's talk about comps. So in the comps area here, below comps, you're going to see three horizontal bars. Tapping on those three horizontal bars will allow you to generate a report based on what has been selected in your comps results. And you're going to also be able to save your results. So as you're filtering, as you're choosing what data type you like, and you select the ones you want and don't want, you can save that. Again, you can also generate report, and we're going to do that in just a few. Now, to the right of those three horizontal bars are the three options of data that you can choose from. First being public records. All real estate transactions are recorded through the county, and that's what we're looking at right now. These are all the transactions that the county has recorded. To the right of public records, we have MLS. So these are the properties that sold through an agent. Benefit here is that if you're in a non-disclosure state, you're going to be able to see values that the public record doesn't provide. Also, having access to MLS, you're going to be able to see properties that sold before the county has even recorded it. So that's the two most important benefits there. Now, in some areas, like in Miami, which is a disclosure state, you can use both. You can tap into public and MLS records. So with both, we're going to put them side by side. Now, to the right of both are the filter options. And so by tapping on that, you're going to see the same filters that are on the desktop. So at the very top, you're going to be able to control the date range. Quick filters, such as show me everything in the last 6 months. By tapping on that, we've now isolated the sales in the last 6 months for you. If you want to get specific, you can use the custom sell date range calendar right below. Distance, you can lower it. You can go 0.5, half-mile radius. Maybe you want to go a 2-mile radius. Square footage, status for MLS. Maybe you're looking for active and pending listings as well. Your property characteristics, your bedrooms, bathrooms, the year built. You even have property classifications, right? You want to make sure that you're comping the similar properties. So in this sense, we're going to be comping residential single-family properties. But note, you do have a bunch of other subcategories to choose from. You even can control the sell situation. Sell situation is the public record, right? Do you want to see the cash transactions? Probably wouldn't recommend that if you're trying to get an after pair value. Cash transactions, you're going to notice there's a trend with that. Usually they're discounted prices. So in this sense, we probably want to look for anything that's financed or newly constructed and sold. You also have the ability to include multi-parcel sales and type in the subdivision that you're looking for. So once you apply your filters, at the bottom you can cancel. Maybe you've changed your mind, you don't need to run comps. You can reset your filters, start all over again, or you can hit apply, and your REI to go app is going to start essentially taking your filters and applying it to the results that were available to you from the get-go. So in just a few moments, you're going to see how many we have here and where they're at on the map. Now 77 is quite a lot, so in this sense, we might need to lower it down to perhaps a 1 mile radius. Hit apply, and now we're back down to 31. That may still be too much, so again, you can keep going back into filters and adjusting even more. So let's do a half-mile radius, and we're down to 13. Now to the right of the filter is a gear icon. Now that gear icon is going to allow you to customize how these results are presented to you. At the very top, save layout. If you have anything already saved, you can choose from there. Now you can see I don't have anything saved yet, but below that you can essentially create your own. So the first thing we want you to do is name this layout. Second is you're going to be able to decide, is this the default layout you want to use going forward? Meaning, anytime you're in the comps area, are these the type of things that you want to see every single time? And so I'm going to hit yes for this example. And then below that, I get to now choose what columns I want to see every time I'm running comps. So let's go ahead and start choosing the ones that we want to see. So I want to see the address, correct. APN, don't need that. Property type, correct. If it's an MLS, I do want to see the status. I do want to see the sell date and sell amount. Days on market, not so much. Beds, bathrooms, square footage, lot size, that's fine. Year built, okay. Price per square footage, not so much. Subdivision, pool, not so much. Sell situation, don't really need that because I'm already telling the system to look for finance and newly construction, so we won't need that. Same with multi-parcels. I told the system to exclude that, so I won't need to see that. So now that we've chosen what headers are going to be presented to us every single time we go to the comps area, we can also manipulate their position, right? So for me, sell date's a priority. I'd like to see that right away. So what I'm going to do is for sell date right there, which is position number 5, I'm going to be able to move that up to position number 2. I also want the sell amount. So sell date and sell amount are, for me, priority. And the next thing I like to see right after that is the beds and bathrooms. Now, again, if you've filtered for beds and bathroom, maybe these aren't a priority. They don't need to be right up there at the very top. But in my previous filter, I didn't do beds and bathrooms. So I want them right next to the sell date and sell amount. So now that I've chosen what headers I want presented to me, and I've wanted to control the position, I can even control how they're presented in sense of the width, and that's the middle column there. So for example, the address is not so much important as the sell amount. So as you can see here, I can make the address width a lot larger. This gives more attention to that header, or a lot smaller, doesn't give attention to that header essentially, right? So with this one, sell date's important, right? So sell date's going to be pretty big, or since I already know it's going to be in the last 6 months, I can make it as small as possible and then hit apply. But what I do want is that I want the sell date amount to reflect the most. I want that the biggest. I want to make sure that I'm able to isolate that from the get-go, okay? So understand you can control not only what headers are going to be reflected every single time you go to the comps area, but you can control the width, allowing you to give more attention to certain headers and less attention to other headers. You can also control the position of it. Once you have essentially customized your layout, at the very bottom, you can hit cancel in case you decide to change your mind. You can hit apply, which will just apply the layout, or apply and save, which in this case will apply and save this layout going forward to every single property I go to the comps area to. So that's what I'm going to do, apply and save, and boom. Now you can see on my results area, I'm able to see the address, the sell date, sell amount, and then the beds and bath right away. And that's all I need to see. And that's where those properties are on the map. Okay. So now that we've filtered and we've changed the layout, you can see in the center, 13 are selected. The average sell price is $775, the average price per square footage. Clearly we want to go through these results. The cool thing about these results is that as you're going down them, you can tap on the comp results and it's going to show you a quick detail of that property. For those that have a little photo icon next to it, like number 3, when you click on that, you'll see the property photo. You can click on that. And now you can see if this is a real comp, right? This property sell in after repaired condition. And here we can confirm that, yes, based on the MLS photo when it was listed, that definitely looks like the property was in good condition. So that's what it took to sell it for $820,000. So here, not only can you tap on the properties and see the photos and kind of get an understanding of what it's going to take to sell the property in this condition, but if not tapping it, you can also press and hold, and that will just take you straight to the property's details. So this is the property that sold the comp. I'm now into the details. You can see the MLS details. Did this property have a bidding war? Did it go up in value, down in value, right? You can see that it went down in value. It went from $899 and it sold at $870, right? So these are indications that we believe are important to know So let's go back to comps there. So remember, you can tap on your results, you can press and hold it and go into the details. But ultimately what you want to do is you want to either select them all or go through the results and select the ones that you really want. And then once you get, the ones that you really, really want, then is the time to click on the 3 horizontal bars below the comps box that says 18 right there. Those 3 horizontal bars, again, will allow you to view the report. So based on these 4 that have been selected, I can now generate a report. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's the same comps report that you see on the desktop version. So we can zoom in and we can see the property details, owner's information, listing history, the low, the high, and average for MLS and public record comps. And then we can see where those comps are on the map. And then we can also see a little summary of each comp. Now this report, you can close it down after you view it. You can save it, which stores it in the docs area, which I'll show you in just a second. And you can even share it, right? So you can share it with a team member if you have a team member on your account, or an external contact. So I can put my buyer's email, my partner's email, I can leave a note there for them. And then I even have other options, like I can include the accessors map if I purchase that, or the comparative market analysis if I went into the docs area and got that out as well. I can also include the property comps, and I can even BCC myself to make sure that I'm also getting a copy of that. So when I get back to the office, I know, oh yeah, this is a property that I shared with my buyer, and we can go from there. So make sure you take advantage of that. And again, the last thing we want you to do is not only generate that report, but hit the save comps. The reason is it's going to lock in your filters and lock in those properties that you selected. That way, if you ever leave and come back to the property, you're going to be able to go into the property, go straight into the comps, and those 4 properties that you filtered for are still there waiting for you.